What's poppin', Schroit Worldwide? Welcome back to the Schroit Worldwide podcast. We hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. I'm Mint Miracle, and I'm joined by Yo
I'm 15.
Yo.
I'm 15.
Hamburglar.
Incredible. So Fifth Minute is back from Barcelona. Handburglar is actually available this week. So we're gonna keep talking Schroit news, and then we're gonna do our Bible study. And this is a very special episode of the podcast because this week is the Schroit show in Ben's backyard, which is gonna be absolutely crazy. That's gonna be an insane show.
Omega lol.
So if you want any details of how to get there, if you want to join in on the super awesome fun, send us some messages and we'll give you some information if we think you're trustworthy and gullible.
Yeah, contact us
Like
either on
so.
Discord or on Instagram, and that's the best ways to get to us.
Do you know that the word gullible is written on the ceiling?
Can't believe that it's there. So this is a pretty good week for Schroit. It was not as insane, I think, as we've had some crazy weeks. And here's the thing: I will say the quality of releases has been really good. This past week, we've had some really, really solid releases. If I get my little stream going here, so you guys can get in on this. We have 5 new releases, 2 of which were actually just done today. And after that, I'm also going to be showcasing, giving a preview of a song for my upcoming album, which I'm going to be playing live for the first time at the Schroit show on Friday. So, if you needed any more reasons to see the Schroit show, there you go.
Mint Miracle is self-centered.
So true. So true. Oh,
Okay.
I'll have you know that I asked Cinnabon, who's a Schroit artist that helped on one of my new Twist album. They're not performing at the show, at least I don't think so.
Damn.
But they did a tarot reading for Schroit Worldwide, and the first card was the World.
Wow! Schroit Worldwide.
So
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean we have to stream the whole thing on Twitch?
That would be
Oh my
insane.
God.
I don't know how we'd pull that off. Anyways, I just thought I'd mention that. I thought it was a fun little fact to throw around. So the first album that dropped in this most recent week was the Madre mix by Madre Muchacho. This was interesting. So we've had Schroit covers, like how Choice of the Mole is like a cover of Voice of the Soul by Def. But we haven't really had remixes of Schroit songs done, and that was kind of the thing here. But it's interesting because it doesn't just sound like different version of the same song. They're so remixed that it's very difficult.
They're all different
Yeah.
songs.
There's one album
one-
that was kind of a remix, but a remix of itself many times.
Oh,
I don't remember which album it was, but it's one that you made, Mint.
Oh yeah, Run for Your Life.
Yes,
yeah.
Run for Your Life.
Also, Mr. Arg has one. Isn't that Ramusi of a Man?
Of And the Man? Yeah,
Man,
true.
yeah.
Well, the thing with,
one's technically.
with those albums, it's less of a remix and it's more of using the same musical idea.
Yeah.
Multiple tracks kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they did one for Steven's Apocalypse, which makes a lot of sense. I think that's an easy one to go to. There's Every Ounce of My Being, which was a very interesting choice for a Mint Miracle pick. But hey, Trinity Deluxe is a banging album, so I can't go
But it's
against
not
that.
as interesting of a choice as for which
Yeah.
one we chose for mine.
The Flif Mill one, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce.
From the white,
James.
green, and pink album.
Yeah. Interesting pick, but hey, go ahead. Pop off. It's those curveballs that we
Let
love
him
to
cook.
see in the world
Let
of
him cook.
Schroit. Mhm.
Let him cook. Let him
So,
cook.
I thought this was very controversial, but I thought it's a step in the right direction. With this, we might see some more.
Every step that you take is a step in the right direction. We just don't know it yet.
True. True.
it's with this. I think I would enjoy seeing more of this type of Schroit because I like people riffing on my stuff. You know, I like hearing different variations of things that I made and stuff other people made because it's always
Yeah.
interesting to hear it from someone else's perspective.
Yeah,
So
and
maybe Madre Muchacho thought this is how I would make it sound if I was the creator. You know?
yeah. Like I definitely see the appeal of it, right? Now I think it's something to, be careful with. If you're an up and coming Schroit artist, maybe I'd say try to make your own stuff first before you try to take that influence on other things. I'd say this is
Mhm.
something that you should kind of leave to more, I'd say, like mature or developed Schroiters, right?
Yeah, because Madre already has his sound. Like we already
Yeah,
know if we hear a random Schroit song, we can just know, oh, this is probably Madre Muchacho. So
yeah,
making a remix is not just Madre's stealing my stuff. It's like okay, no, we know this is coming from a place of love and affection and
exactly.
pure lust.
Yeah, like they've already got their base, right? They're not relying on the names of other Schroiters to bring themselves up. It's more of a we're all in this together kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I wasn't like crazy. I definitely think I mean my favorite album by Madre Muchacho is still Khan. I don't
why
know if that's ever
does
gonna
I
change.
just really personally Flink Guma goes so hard.
That's
the
fair.
thing is?
Like
I just realized the last one on the album. Why does it have so many listens?
Yeah, I don't. We know what it
It's
probably
still
is. It's probably because you liked it. So then, whenever someone listens to one of your albums, it by default goes to your most recent like. So you can artificially bring up listens that way. So whenever someone's listening to you and they finish an album, it goes to the song that you previously liked, right?
that explains why I get always those same songs.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
thing is that I like songs pretty often on,
Yeah.
but not everyone else does that. So mine changes around a lot. Um, But yeah, so I guess then the next question would have to be, which of these songs should we give a listen to right now?
every ounce of my being.
Yeah.
Personally, that was my favorite out of those.
The one with
Okay.
least listens.
It
The
is the
least
one
listen.
with the least listens.
Yeah, well, that's because sometimes the
Yeah,
cultured, we
it's
can see
swept under the
the
rug, but there's a lot
ex-
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
let's give it a go.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. See, an interesting thing here as well is that the length is different because every song off Trinity Deluxe is 9 seconds, every single one. But this is 14 seconds, right? So it's
The
not
thing
They're
just
is,
an effect
inflating
put on.
also
inflation.
this song, the Trinity Deluxe album is known for its 3 repetitions. This song
Yes,
does not have any, which is something
exactly.
that is very interesting. So they modified it
Hmm.
so much that there's none of like you don't hear the repetition anymore.
Yeah, it's like its dark counterpart, right?
Yeah, yeah. The darkest timeline.
Exactly. It's like Trinity Deluxe, but like from the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay.
Tragic. Tragic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then this next one, I mean,
Wow, is this
yeah.
not a fantastic album?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm
Also, for
really,
the album
really
art, I
sculpted.
just put the whole title in like Dolly 2, and it just gave me 4 choices. That was one of them, and I was like, that's the best one of them all.
It is a friggin' pretty
Yeah.
awesome one because it
So
looks like a like something that you would a picture from like a microscope.
Yeah.
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 So before
yeah.
we keep going, just to let the guests at home know what we're talking about, "A Dead Man's Cyberlife Cannot Fool Crawling Maggots" by Fifth Mill. Um, yeah, that's an album right there. That's an album right there. No, ooh, I
Especially
don't.
the starting track, "Trimming the Fat." Like, wow, that's
It starts
such a good
strong.
intro. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Just so the viewers know, like how I came up with this name, I didn't come up with the name for the album. It's there was a conference that my dad was in. He one of the like presentations that was the name of it, and I was like, that's too good to not make a Schroit album with that name. Because
Yeah.
like just say it out loud and listen to yourself say it. It's like
Yeah.
it's poetic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would honestly like. I'm of the belief that a lot of the best fifth mill material is that more like dark Schroit. If you think of things like The Visit is a good example, or The Consequences of Controversy, like there's tracks like that just are awesome, and I feel like this album, every track is like that. Every track is like that, and it's like Flip Mill who's like perfectly in his element, and it just yeah.
And by in his element, you mean in Greece.
Yes, exactly.
Because I was in Greece when I released this album.
Yeah, like I feel like with your 3 releases before this, there was some I definitely I still enjoy them. I think there were elements that were there that I could see were starting to flourish. And this is like the peak of that. It's kind of like how when I was making like You Saw Nothing, that was me who was like starting to work and build this sound that I'm trying to go for, and then I finally reached that with Chosen One World Tour. That's like the same thing that I see happening here, right? But yeah,
Evolution.
there's I mean I don't even know. There's so many good tracks to put in here. I think one of my favorites is probably Formally Invited to Study a Cool Rock.
That is a pretty good
That's
one.
a
That
really
the
good
intro's pretty calm and consistent, and then
It gets you.
gets kind of wacky
Mhm.
style.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys all
And it is the one with the
I
most listens.
personally I like Trimming the Fat.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we played my personal favorite from the last album,
Yeah.
so we'll just.
It'll
But
be
yeah,
my
the
turn.
I
Yeah, they're all
remember
good.
noting in my mind the track 1, track 3, and track 4 were my favorites.
Yeah, no, I think 3 and 4 are the strongest. Right, the title track is it. I mean, that song also
yeah.
just goes crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get Formally Invited to Study Cool Rock. I mean,
Yeah.
come on now. Come on.
I like the way that the theme starts, right? You've got those notes, and then they bend a little, and then they bend a little more, and then they go really just
Mhm.
blah, 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 and
They
then
keep
Yeah.
going. They keep going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like how it ends and it's like it lets you like expect something, but nothing happens really, right? It's just the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I that's the like when I heard that, like I just put some notes in there and I was like, I like the way this sounds. I just want to end it like this with a little pause in between. I just want to make it so you think, oh, it's gonna end somewhere, and then whoop out the window. You're studying a cool rock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a thing that you find with a lot of fifth mid is that a lot of it doesn't have like a specific end, right?
Mm.
Like a lot of fifth mid songs are like cut off right at the end, so like they all kind of go one right after the other. Which is
It's with my newest album. I'm just gonna say this right now before I forget. But when I listened to it after making the album, I was listening. So when it goes from "His word is my command" to "I saw God and it was beautiful,"
yeah, the
it kind of
transition.
sounds. It sounds like it's just the same song.
Yeah, no, the transition is perfect. It
Yeah.
worked super well there.
But yeah, we'll see that when we get there.
Yeah, the next one is Mom's Famous Chili by Madre Muchacho.
oh yeah,
This is an interesting one.
It's
There's
an
some really good
interesting
song
album, right?
names.
Yeah.
This one, I think he said that he'd use some AI music generation stuff mixed in with it, which is a neat way of using the that AI elements mixed with their stuff. I like the fact that there's like dog and cat noises in some of the tracks. I think that's like a
Yeah.
bit of a fun touch.
It's
To be
interesting.
honest, I didn't really listen to this one as much because I was like, when was this one released again? I think that was like in the
4
last.
days ago.
Yeah, that was like in the last. I was like in Greece. That was in the last days I was there, so I was trying to visit as much stuff as I could. So I'm gonna have to go re-listen to that one.
That's fair.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
fair.
one
I
that I
didn't
only
listen at
listened
all.
to today,
No.
personally, right now, like before the podcast, just
Yeah.
trying to catch up because I hadn't listened to any of the albums. I think. So, I do remember two of them standing out, which was the first track and the fourth track. Mom's Chili is the one for you. I mean, it's a pretty good song. It is the one for you. And Give Piss a Chance. Definitely, it had the dogs barking, and it was a consistent bark.
That's the second one. Give
Are
Piss
you
a
sure?
Chance is 2 seconds.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Small Mouse. Small Mouse. Yeah.
Yeah,
because,
that's the one with those.
And
yeah.
that's why I said it was the first track. It's because
It's so short that it.
Give Piss a Chance is a 2
It's
second
the intro.
song.
Yeah, should have given it a chance.
Yeah.
Really.
So Small Mouse has
My,
I think we looked at
the
the small
small
mouse.
dog barking.
Yeah, that's
Decent,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair. Give that one a shot. Yeah, that's a small mouse can do it well.
I
I
gotta say
didn't
right
realize
now,
that at the very end of that, there's the reverb on the dog's bark.
Yeah,
Didn't pick that up.
Madre Muchacho's got that dog in him. You know what I mean?
he does. He got that dog.
Yeah.
That bite, you know.
Yeah. I really liked it. I really like the dog sounds. It's really
Yeah.
good. It's
You-
not
you know, you-
controversial, but a nice touch.
You know, you look for the bull, you get the dog. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think
So
honestly, my
uh,
main thing with this album, if I had to give one criticism, is I feel like some of the songs go on a bit longer than
Yeah, they are longer songs. I noticed that.
Some of them are really short, but then there's some like what's his face? Like I
Mom's
remember.
Chili's a minute 14. Yeah.
Yeah, Mom's Famous Chili.
oh, that's a long
As the one for you, first, when I was first listening to it, I was like, okay, this goes pretty good, but I'm like, I don't think it has to be a minute 14, right? I mean, it's Schroit, so pushing over a minute is already kind of a big deal, anyways.
Mhm. Very controversial,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm freaking out.
especially
but then,
since the incident of 17.
yeah. But then there's other stuff, like I remember Clam Scented Bang, like this is a shorter one, but this one, this goes crazy.
Yeah, that does go crazy.
Like when I listen to the album, I'm like these like tracks like that, I really enjoy. I just feel like some of the longer tracks, I'm not as huge on. It's less like I feel like a lot of Madre Muchacho's best stuff is his most concise albums. Like there's a lot of albums that like the fat's all been trimmed. Like with Kun, there's no fat.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all been trimmed, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, or the Three Men, like the Three Color Boys.
Oh yeah, Three Color
Trimmed
Boys is a
down,
great album.
it's just all the good stuff, right?
It's
I don't know,
like
that's
eating
my
a burger, but you remove the buns and you take out the like annoying stuff. You just have the meat. You just have
Yeah,
the bun.
it's just the pure Schroit, right? It's that
Like
pure.
Yeah.
taking steroids.
Also, that song just reminded me a bit of a Pink, Green, and White. I don't know if I'm the only one, but
You
Yep.
mean white, green, and pink?
I think
yeah.
I think you might be the only one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
honestly,
the
the
beeps
fact
and
that
the
you
boops,
remember
you
the
know?
album is insane. Because I don't remember a track off of that album except for the
The
fact.
white, green, and pink is the one that has the beeps.
Yeah.
Oh right! Wow, that's That's the vibe you got from that. That's
It's like
way
the
better than
beep
the beep.
without the box. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure.
all beep,
Yeah,
no box.
this album reminds me of the worst album in like all of Schroit, but you know, no offense or anything.
No, it's not the worst album. No.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah?
Can you go back? Can you go back to the Madre Muchacho? I just want to. I just noticed something. Is
Yeah.
the album cover is the same as the profile picture, but with different colors.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that.
I think that Madre Muchacho changed their profile picture to match that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Recently.
Smart move. Yeah. Pardon me. Pardon me. Yeah, no, that was pretty good. Next up, we've got the new Fliff Mill. Yeah.
This will be my first listen personally.
This is a great album. This is like honestly, like when I said it in the Short Worldwide in Discord, and I was saying we're in a Fliff Mill golden era right now.
Yeah, no, it's
These are both of these albums back to back are two of Fliff Mill's best albums. Right?
Yeah.
Straight up. Like they go absolutely crazy. Because like I feel
you
like
can feel it can feel like it's his last push before he moves away. You know, you get
no,
bump it up. You know,
like
Yeah, because I'm moving to Quebec in 8 days.
that's true. That is
it's gonna
absolutely
be a
true.
frog.
No, but,
Quebec people frogs?
they can be. They can be.
I want to be.
Ribbit. But what's his face? Yeah, no, like I feel like when you listen to Fifth Minute, a lot of Fifth Minute's biggest hits are singles, right? Like Never Meet Your Heroes, Futility of Looking Both Ways, The Visit, The Consequences of Controversy. Like those are all singles that were released, right?
I realized you didn't say one wheel long. Yeah, whatever the name that one is.
The reason I didn't mention that was on purpose. So, okay,
Yeah,
so
I know.
That's
One
so
loot wheel oof at Fuyang Fiang Fiang.
yeah. Anyways, but these past two albums I've been like insane, and there are still some really good. There's something that actually blew my mind recently when I was re-listening to some Fifth Mil. This shocked me. Was if you go to Crossing the Street, I had the impression that that was going to be a super listened to Schroit album. It was way less listened to than I thought it would be.
really.
Yeah, no, I thought there was going to be way more listened on Crossing the Street, but like the most listened to song has 30 listens.
Whoopsie daisy.
On Crossing the Street, which shocked me because I had the impression that like that was going to be one of his most listened to albums.
Okay, wait, whoa. Think about this. Look at the rest of the albums and compare.
Forced Allegiance.
Yeah.
I guess.
Copper Wires with the 90. Wow.
Yeah, like it's barely more than like a lot of other albums. Now that being said, one of the bigger ones, DJ Wombo, that makes sense because
So
that's
Mint, I'm looking
crazy.
at the stats right now, and on
Yeah.
Whoopsie Daisy, there's 30 listens, right?
yeah.
21 of those are you.
Interesting how that works out.
Fascinating.
Huh.
I didn't realize that no one else was going crazy for Crossing the Street.
I don't know. Wait, do I have the most listens on The Futility of Looking Both Ways?
Let me check.
Yeah, you should check.
The Futility of Looking Both Ways. Who has the most listens on that one? Mint Miracle has 75 listens across
You're
the
welcome.
two accounts.
Miracle's
And-
dedicated.
Second person is Chocolat Fondant with 24.
What the
Zang.
hell? Damn.
Mhm.
How many listens does Hamburglar have? Like 6?
What do you mean? Like in total? The whole account?
No,
On that song.
No, I mean like how many times that they listen to
Oh,
your
I,
utility vote.
I can't check that. I can only see the top 3 listeners.
Damn. I'm
Okay,
gonna have to make my way there.
who's the third?
No, it's because I have two accounts. As I have my personal account and I have my Mint Miracle account.
Okay.
And both of those
Nice.
individually have more than Hamburglar. Anyways, so yeah, It Speaks. Awesome album. Masterful use of the yoi. I think
Yeah, I wanted to use a lot of Yoi for this one because
I Saw God and It Was Beautiful is like a very good way of mixing elements of the futility of looking both ways in Copper Wires and giving us something new that still stands on its own, right? It doesn't feel derivative. It feels like it's in that it's got that kind of like vibe, but it's its own thing, right?
Yeah. And personally in this album, I think my favorite one, I might be biased, but it's Answers. Because I modified
Answers
the
is really
Yoi
good.
so much that it doesn't sound really Yoi anymore, you know?
Answers is really good. If I had to, which one's my favorite? It might have to be His Word Is My Command is one of the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole album is really solid. The whole album, and the thing that I think is interesting is It Speaks to the Chosen Ones is like the only that like song that's like not super yoi heavy.
It doesn't have a yoi.
Yeah, like so there's not even any yoi going on. It
goes. It's like
it brings us in.
it's a bit. This album is a bit like getting introduced to a cult. When you start
Yeah.
off, you're like, there's not really much culty things happening. It's like, oh, we're just a big family, and then they
Mhm.
start giving in and then I Saw God and It Was Beautiful. That's where you're completely indoctrinated, and then you go further in and further in,
Yeah, and then you weep for the sinners.
and you get the answers at the end.
Yeah, if you'd like,
That's when you
I can play answers.
go ahead.
All right, let's go. Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
yeah, that's why it has so many listens. That's why it has so many listens. It automatically goes there.
I'm gonna go like another song real quick.
Fair. But yeah, no, I'm huge on this. I'm huge on this album. It Speaks, awesome release. And then the final album that we got to talk about here is Goody by Handburglar. So tell us about that one.
It's another AI album. What can I say? I've fallen in love with AI. I'm corrupt. You know?
No.
It's personally, I'm not as big of a fan in AI generated songs because it's it doesn't feel the same. I accept it, but it's not really my cup of tea. Personally.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that I think it's fun to mess around with, but if people start only doing that and more people do that as well, then it will kind of make everyone sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the fear with it, right? It's the kind of thing where it's like, and I feel like that's just been a lot of Handburglar stuff recently, has been stuff that like,
I mean,
we don't want too much of this. No, but even with Steven's Oblivion, right? It's the kind of stuff where like when it happens once, we're like, okay, this is kind of funny. I get it. But like we don't want too many. But if everyone starts doing it, it kind of ruins the bit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I listened to this album through I think once. I mean, the thing is that it's still enjoyable to listen to, right? And it's still like Schroit, because that's that short, sweet kind of thing. But it's also like, again, we don't want too many people going in on this, because then it might, if everyone's doing it, then it kind of muddies the environment. Yeah. Also, there's some really good song names. I think that's a good way of personalizing the AI music, is by having song names like "Remains of the Broccoli Dispute," which is an incredible song name, and that's the kind of thing that kind of brings it to new heights. Anyways, it's your album. What do you think we should play off of this one?
Which one should I play? I think Ford Truck, Ford Serenade is a pretty good one.
Sure. All right, let's get this guy on the road here. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't mind this album. I think it's fun. Again,
I'm not gonna make too much more, right? Obviously,
That's
it's
fair.
repetitive. Maybe still once in a while, but I made a video about AI in the future of Schroit. Y'all should check it out when it releases.
Yeah,
I'll talk about not just Sounddraw, which I used for this, and Blick Mick, but some other stuff. I believe that with AI we're gonna be able to do Yoi someday.
That'd be insane.
But
Yeah,
Sounddraw Sounddraw is good, but I think there's more to explore. You know.
Mm-hmm. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to share something a little bit special. I'm going to be giving a preview to a song for my upcoming album. So
when I saw the name of that song, I was like, Soldier Boy?
yeah. So basically, my upcoming album is called Democracy Fails Again. I'm gonna play it live for the first time on the 26th of May at the Schroit show, and then I'm going to release it
Y'all better
probably
be
the
there
next day.
or be square.
You better be there because this is gonna be just one of the tracks, and there are some bangers here. This track is called White Boy Swag. So that's White Boy Swag right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's
I'm
just
a white boy.
yeah, you
swag.
I'm
are.
excited.
Yeah, that's just one track of many.
Hey,
It's gonna
just
be
so you
sick.
guys know, I recommend that when the video is out, you guys go see my dance I was doing. It was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I saw you while I was dancing. It, it powers me up.
That's you, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's
the viewers out there. That was for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's White Boy Swag. That's it's a track upcoming. That's gonna be the third track off of Democracy Fails Again. Make sure to catch that one at the live Schroit show, and then to listen to it on SoundCloud when it drops the following day. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy album.
Crazy.
I'm super proud of a lot of the stuff that I've got ready there. The whole album is ready, but I'm waiting to debut it there. So that's just a little bit of a taste. Yeah, probably my favorite track off the album is not even that one. It's actually the final track of the album is called "Walking the Dog," and yeah,
That's a good name.
that track is a bit of a it'll let's just say it'll put some hair on your chest. Okay, put some hair on your chest.
I need some.
Now that's really
Yeah.
funny coming from Mint Miracle.
That is. Mm.
I just realized why it's funny.
Mm-hmm. Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
If you
Anyways,
guys want to see what this is, come to the live show.
that's awesome. So anyways, now that we got that done,
Right.
I guess we could probably get to our Bible study, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Genesis 4.
Yes. Genesis 4. So I guess, first off, let's just talk here. What do you guys think about Genesis 4?
A little bit harder to read.
Yeah.
This is, I think, the most
yes,
death
actually,
we've
right.
seen yet. This is the most death we've seen up to now. This is
Yeah.
the only death.
The only death we've seen.
Yeah. Like,
Well, human death, right?
the
Because
second
technically
half
Snake dies, right?
The second half has so much stuff going on that I didn't really know what was going on. The first half is a bit more easy to understand. And it's another
the second
example
half is just setting up for the next chapter, which is also hard to understand.
That's fair. Like, there's a lot of this guy gave birth to this guy gave birth to this. Well, actually, I should say this.
Let's get there when we get there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
is it okay if I start off like we usually do?
Sure.
So, Adam and Eve, they had a baby named Cain. He was a little cutesy boy, and then they had another baby, and that was Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, so he had the animals and all the good stuff. But Cain was a tiller of ground, so he only had crops and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is Cain would give fruits and stuff like that, and like some plants to God, and Abel he could give like some meat and stuff like that, and
Help.
God was like, "Yo, that's awesome. I like that more."
Yeah.
And when for Cain's offerings, it was like, "Yeah, that's cool. I don't like it
Yeah,
as
he had
much."
no respect for it.
Yeah,
Which is like kind of like, come on. You're telling me right now
Yeah.
that God does not give any respect to all of our like wheat farmers
yeah, like
and to everyone who
olives.
runs orchards?
I love
Yeah,
Maybe because it's
lemon
fruit.
trees. Like I love lemon trees. But yeah, so
Where would we be without
then
beans?
exactly,
So true.
and then he like Cain was like, "Yo, why?" Like he's annoyed, and then the Lord was like, "Yo, why are you not happy about this?" And he's like, "Well, you like his offerings, but you don't like mine as much." And
Mhm.
then he just says, God says, "If you do well, will you not be accepted?" Just
Yeah.
and if you don't do well, you're gonna go into sin. So he's pretty much just saying, you better do your job, or else you're gonna
Yeah, or
go
else you are
into
gonna
the
you're gonna be
Bullshit,
sinning.
though.
Which
yeah, you're
yeah.
gonna be sinning.
So I was thinking about this because this seems kind of mean at face
Yeah.
value. It just kind of him being like, "No, you suck. This sucks. You're just doing a bad job. That's why." But then I was thinking about maybe hear me out. Maybe this is just it's a test, right?
To see
It's
if
always a
he's gonna
test.
sin. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like a Jedi.
The test is that God is being like, you should be able to be proud of your own works, right? You shouldn't need my validation. Accept my
Yeah, but-
validation for everything else, but not for this
Oh.
one, right? That's
But
the thing.
is
Is
it
that it's
not
like you,
true that
It's pretty much in here. God is pretty much his grandfather, so he's just saying you don't need to have approval of your parents and grandparents. You just need to have approval of yourself.
yes, that's all. That's important. That's
But for
kind of
the rest,
bullshit.
it's like for the rest of the people, it's like, okay, I'm God now. I'm not your grandfather. It's not the same.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna finish this like up to chapter 9,
Yeah.
and then Cain talked to Abel, and when they were in the field, he just killed him, and because he was like jealous,
Yeah.
and jealousy is not good.
It's a bad
Repeat
thing.
after me, everyone. Okay, jealousy is not good.
Jealousy is not good.
Good.
That's good. That's good.
You got that,
Thanks.
Yo-Yo?
Okay,
I love jealousy.
No. It's a good
ban
song
him.
by Death.
Ban him. Ban him. No,
Over.
don't do it. Don't do
Really?
it.
Yeah, there's a song by
I
Death
love-
called Jealousy.
Oh, I thought you meant there was a song by Death called "I Love Jealousy."
Oh,
I was like, wow, interesting.
that would be fascinating.
So,
Um,
viewers at home, I think Yo-Yo is joking because jealousy is not good.
No, it's quite bad. And
Mhm.
but one thing that's interesting is you can only be jealous of somebody who has something that you do not have,
hmm
right?
So, you know what
Yeah.
you have to do when that happens? You work hard to get that
To
thing.
steal
And if you
it.
can't get it, no,
You
no,
steal it.
don't steal.
You steal it.
And if
That's
you,
not
if,
another sin, right?
and the thing is,
Mhm.
if it's not possible to get it, like imagine you're in a wheelchair and someone's walking, you have to find a way to make it work. You know, you have to find other
No,
ways
you
of
don't need
being
legs.
happy.
There's
Yeah.
plenty
Like-
of people who would love to just sit.
They're mostly just there for
Roll
clout.
Wheels are
Exactly.
pretty clout though.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who wants to continue from verse 9?
I can keep it going.
Keep it going.
So
Hey.
basically, the Lord comes up to Cain and he's like, "Yeah, where's your brother Abel?
Yeah.
Right?
Where'd your
Where
brother
is
go?
he?"
I liked him so much.
and
Where is
This
he?
brings up the omniscience thing again,
Yeah.
because he's like, where is he? He
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Unless he's
He's
playing,
disabled.
unless he's just playing up.
Yeah, he's absolutely
It's
playing it.
the thing
He's
is, I
playing him.
think
He
he's
knows.
playing it. He's doing the grandfather figure thing again. Because if you kill
Exactly.
your brother, your grandfather's not going to know that you kill your brother right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
but,
you know when you like walk up like a parent will walk up to their kid whose face is covered in chocolate and they'll be like, "Hey, do you know what happened to the chocolate?" And the kid's like, "No, no." It's like, "Are you sure you didn't eat the chocolate?" No,
But this time
no.
it's
It's like one of
murder.
those. Yeah, but it's for like cold blooded like killed his brother, right?
yeah.
The thing is, it doesn't say how he killed his brother. He just like
I mean, it
Probably
would
clocked him on the head
probably.
with
I mean, he didn't have a gun. Let's be real here.
Well,
yeah.
no.
So
Later in this, they tell us about somebody who teaches about like, crafting with iron, I think, and bronze.
no, okay.
Yeah.
So probably nothing that has to do with iron or bronze. So it was probably like a club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Or, like,
Or if
we
he was
go to
really cool, he
strangled.
just
Could be
choked
just
him
like
out.
a wooden hoe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
True.
Well, he has farming equipment because they asked you to till the ground, so you could have.
Yeah, or you could use your
yeah.
bare hands like a man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so
so
there's
continue.
that, and then Cain is like, why would I know where he is? What am I? His babysitter?
That's true. He says that.
Yeah.
It's
But
funny.
he's not.
So much
And then
sass in that boy.
And I find it funny that they
Yeah.
put sass in the Bible. Like they were just like, we got to put his
Yeah.
sass. He's kind of young, so he has to be a
So
bit sassy.
are we associating being sassy as like a bad thing, like biblically in that case?
Not always. It's like it depends on the situation. If you're being sassy in a serious situation,
Yeah.
but if you're being sassy in a funny situation, it's
Yeah, but
like
there's no sassy and a funny situation in the Bible.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
exactly.
fun.
So
Yeah.
in the Bible, usually sass is not good.
Yeah, we'll see how
I
that
mean-
holds up for the rest of the book. There might be other parts that change us.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then the Lord says, "What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground." Actually, wait. And he said they didn't capitalize the he there. I think they're supposed to capitalize the
Uh-oh.
he there. That might
Uh-oh.
just be spelling mistake in mine. It
Mhm.
might also mean that there's another person though, so I'm not 100% sure. Either ways. Um yeah, and now art thou cursed from the so basically he's cursed from the earth that has received his brother's blood. And so now it says, when thou tilleth the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. And then he's gonna be like a fugitive and a vagabond. And so
Yeah, it's the thing is, I realize with the chapter is there's in nowhere in the chapter it says that Cain will live forever. It just says that he's
Yeah.
gonna be a vagabond. So the thing with like Cain always living forever, that's not anything really biblically accurate. It's just
Yeah.
that Cain is just he's gonna wander around. He's like not doing anything
Yeah,
productive.
and I guess he like can't grow crops, I think is what they're kind of saying
Yeah,
here.
it's. I would like it if some form of media, instead of making so, oh, Cain lived forever. Oh wow, he has the mark of Cain. If they just made it so like when he goes to like plant a tree, it just doesn't.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter how many cucumber seeds he's buying, he ain't gonna have a pickle collection for winter.
Exactly.
Not a chance.
Yeah. No, I think that's a much better portrayal of Cain. It's a shame they don't show that side of him more often, right?
Yeah, that loving,
So then
caring
there's this
side.
other thing though, is
plant.
that he what's his face? He gives him a mark, right?
Yeah, the mark of Cain.
Yeah, he gives him the mark, and it makes it so that whoever slayeth, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, then shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So wait, so is he putting the mark on this person so that no one kills him?
Yes. So that no one tries to kill him
Oh!
because if he's like, well, if everyone knows that I killed my brother, they're gonna be like, oh, he's a bad guy. We got to kill him. So God's like, okay, well, I'm gonna like I don't want you to just get killed because that's just more pain in the world. So
He
I'm
doesn't
gonna
want
give you a
people to
mark.
start thinking killing is a good solution.
Exactly. So
That
he gave him a
okay.
mark where if you killed like it, so if you kill Cain, you're gonna get 7 times what you gave like you did to him.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense because I'm not gonna lie, when I first read it, I misread that as he puts a mark on Cain that says, "Everyone, kill this guy, kill him."
Yeah.
That's what I
too.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought it was. But after rereading, I'm like, oh wait a minute, I misread that because I'm like, dude, should you just be running away? But no, it's just the fact that no one is allowed to kill him.
Well, no, they can kill him, but
They
they'll just die
can, but
7 times.
yeah, they're not supposed to, but
It's
they
like,
technically
oh,
can.
if you die, you'll die, but worse.
Exactly.
If you kill him, you'll die, but it'll be worse than his death, which is very
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I don't think we need to go into all the details and everything after that, but we can just go in like a brief overview because the rest of chapter is basically just saying this person gave birth to this.
Yeah, but
Like,
it says some interesting stuff, like
Let's let someone else. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you continue on.
Okay,
What
so Cain
chapter
went
are we
out.
continue? Yeah,
Okay,
what chapter?
huh?
Around
What chapter do you
16 to
leave them at?
26 ish.
Yeah. I'll just
Here.
go. So after that, Cain went away, and then Cain had a child, and then
What's his
named
name?
Enoch. And then now the
Yeah.
question is,
Mm.
Enoch. Cain builds a city and
Yep.
names
Yeah.
it Enoch. Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then
Can I
Enoch
mention
has a
something about
son.
Enoch? So
Yeah,
there's
great name.
actually a book that is not in the Bible called the Book
The
of
Book of
Enoch.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of interesting stuff in the Book of Enoch that has to do with the world of angels. And it's a
Really?
thing that would be really nice to include in biblical canon because from what I've heard of it, it's really interesting.
That
But
sounds
the
cool.
story of Enoch is about how Enoch, or to my knowledge, is about how Enoch starts as a man and eventually becomes an angel.
Oh,
It's like it's a pretty cool thing. I just thought I
sounds
should mention
animated
that.
me.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. There's lots of cool stuff about angels.
Is
Anyways,
that
continue.
what should I call it? You know what? Never mind.
Yeah, there's also a villain from Ben 10 named Master Enoch. Anyways,
Nice.
Yo.
Hell yeah.
mhm,
And then Enoch has a son named Irad, and then Irad has a son named Mehahel.
yeah,
Mehujiel.
yeah,
How would you
Yeah,
pronounce that?
I think it's Mahujael. I think that's how he pronounced it in
Mehujael. Yeah, and then
the
Mahujal.
audio
and
book.
Mehujael has Methusael, and then Methusael has Lamech, which is hilarious. I
Lamech.
love
Mhm.
Lamech. Then
Mhm.
Lamech has two
And then I
wives,
can answer.
This
right?
is
One
something
is
that's interesting.
Ada.
It's in the Bible. It wasn't always monogamous. At the start, it wasn't
Yeah.
monogamous. You could have multiple wives.
hmm
Hmm.
Did-
Anyway, then he gets some sons.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah. So one thing I
And they do
mentioned with
different
that.
things. One of them has uh uh wait, this is Jabal, one of the sons. Uh, wait, what?
Yeah, he's the I can explain like a bit what happens here. So Jabal is like the father of people who are like nomads. So they don't stay in one place. They're like and people who have cattle. So they dwell in tents. It might not be nomads. They're just people who live in tents and who have cattle. And Jubal, he's like he's a music guy. So he's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
he's the music man.
Yeah.
AKA the Schroit. Like maybe he's the person who
Yo.
started Schroit.
Yeah,
Could be.
Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was influenced by Jabal.
One thing that I think
yeah.
is
Jabal
is kind
came.
of a fun little
Jubal.
fact is if you look at the two wives of Lamech, there's one named Ada and the other's name is Zilla. Like, is that where Zilla comes from for like the name Godzilla?
Godzilla.
Because I know where
That
God comes
is
from. That comes from Big Bible. So that might have been like
Godzilla.
Zilla might be
yo.
related to that. I don't know if we learn more about Zilla and how that might have influenced that
Godzilla.
name.
Mhm.
That's not like
It's
a
Zilla had another.
healthy, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Zilla also had Tubal Cain.
Yeah, and that's the
And
guy with the brass and the iron that I was mentioned
yeah.
earlier.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
Instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, which is really cool.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
And there was a sister. Oh yeah, and this is should we let
yeah, I'm finished.
what
from
name
there.
is what name are they going under
Hamburglar.
this time? Hamburglar this time?
It is
I think
Hamburglar.
I'm gonna stick to that for a little bit.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So Hamburglar, read
Um,
from like 23.
23. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just like explain what happens.
So basically, Lamech explains to his wives, "Hey, I've slain the man myself, and I'm not proud of it."
No, he was proud of it.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'll let me explain this. So
Yeah.
he like Lamech says, Adamzilla, hear my voice. I killed a guy just
Mm-hmm.
because he hurt me. So if Cain would be avenged 7 times because he killed his brother, I would be avenged 77 times. I don't know why he said that. Like I don't know why he thinks that he would be avenged because he killed a guy for hurting him.
Maybe because he's of descendants of Cain.
It may be, but the thing
Maybe it's
is,
like, oh well, Cain, and then it just multiplies. I don't know.
But Does that mean that
No.
if someone kills someone just for hurt, like if someone punches me and I kill them, should I get avenged? I don't think that's like it's something God would do. So I think it's just him declaring that, just
Yeah.
saying, "Oh,
Maybe
look at
he's
me! I
mad at
killed."
God
The thing
for
is, you'll see in the
doing
next
that.
chapters that God just says, "Yo, the world is evil." I think that's why, because people like this exist.
Yeah. It's there to explain the corruption of man kind of thing.
Hmm.
Kind of show that there's evil within mankind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
Adam, we get
25.
back to Adam and Eve, and
Yeah.
they have a new child called Seth. And then God is like, "Oh, you're replacing Abel or something, you know?"
Seth
Because
Rogen?
Cain slew. Yeah.
Yo.
No way. And then Seth had a son named Enos.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then there's something about then began men to call upon the name of the Lord.
So I think that's
Mm-hmm.
when people started praying to God.
Okay.
Pray to God.
Mm-hmm.
So that was approximately the chapter. So I think this was an interesting chapter where
Yeah.
half of it is Cain just being like not nice to his brother and killing him. God just
Mhm.
saying, "Yo, you're gonna be punished, but if someone kills you, they're also gonna be punished." And then it's like, okay, who's the descendants of him, and who are the descendants of Adam and Eve after Cain? Because I think Cain was pretty much like disowned after he killed his brother because they were like, "We don't want that."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that chapter. So next week we'll read chapter 5, which is gonna be a interesting chapter to get through.
Mhm.
I read it a few times, and every time I'm like, oh, this one.
You're like, I don't want to read this one.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. I haven't read it, so it's gonna be all new to me.
So yeah, I think so. Remember, Schroit Show
Yeah.
26 information either on Instagram, Discord, YouTube comments.
Check out the music videos.
Yeah, we
Got
Yeah.
some
might be
music
releasing a
videos
new one
out.
soon. And
Mhm.
yeah, we
And
hope you
join
had
the
a
Discord if you're
yeah
interested.
join
This
it.
is gonna be the biggest Schroit show yet. We're gonna
That's
have
for
Oh
more
sure.
yeah.
artists.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we love you.
We love you all.
We
Thank
love
you. Remember
you.
to subscribe. All right. See y'all in the next episode.
And Schroit it up.